the Mojave Riverwalk in Victorville, California. Let's go! We would like to start off by apologizing for the shaky video. We will hopefully be using a gimbal for future videos. We appreciate you watching. Today, we're taking you on a peaceful bike trip along the Mojave Riverwalk in Victorville, California. We're starting out at Victor Valley College with Toby and Tara in tow and heading north all the way to the beautiful Mojave Narrows Regional Park. It's about 7 miles of desert scenery, nature, and a little history, all rolled into one relaxing ride. Right here at Victor Valley College, the trail begins nice and easy. You'll see a bit of campus behind you as you start pedaling, and ahead, open sky and that classic desert horizon. The pavement here is smooth and well-maintained, perfect for cruising your bike. It's early in the day, and the sun is just starting to warm up. You can feel that crisp desert breeze as you build up a little speed. As we roll along, you might notice the trail gradually leaving behind the developed campus area and transitioning into quieter surroundings. On one side, you've got a few neighborhoods, but the other side really opens up. Scrubby bushes, sand-colored soil, and some scattered Joshua trees in the distance. This is the high desert in its most familiar form, rugged, open, and full of subtle beauty. Even though this is called the Mojave Riverwalk, the Mojave River itself is mostly hidden underground. It's one of the few rivers in North America that flows north, and for most of its journey, it's completely out of sight. But it's there, moving beneath us, feeding the desert in ways you wouldn't expect. Occasionally, the trail bends and gives you a glimpse of a dry wash or a low spot where flash floods sometimes carve out channels after storms. Most of the year it's dry, but when the rain comes, the desert changes quickly. You might not see it today, but you can always feel the potential in the land, like it's just waiting for the right moment to come alive. Now we're about a mile in, and things have already quieted down. Fewer buildings, fewer people. Just the sound of your tires on the pavement, and maybe the call of a bird overhead. I love this part of the trail. It's where the outside world starts to fall away, and you can just focus on the ride. It's a little slice of solitude, even though we're not far from town. Keep your eyes open. You might spot a roadrunner darting across the path or a hawk circling above. Look closely at the plants too. You'll see creosote bushes, rabbit brush, and other hardy survivors that have adapted to life in the Mojave. Some of them bloom with little yellow or white flowers if the season is right. About 2 miles in, you'll notice a slight incline. It's nothing too difficult, just a gentle reminder that you're gaining a little elevation as you head north. And from up here, the views get better. On a clear day, you can look off to the west and catch a glimpse of the San Gabriel Mountains, sometimes dusted with snow in the winter months. Boy, Toby is really enjoying this ride. The path crosses under a few roads here and there, but most of the time it's just you and the desert. The trail design is smart. It blends with the land instead of cutting through it. You get this nice sense of flow as the path winds and dips with the natural terrain. This route we're riding today also has a long human history. Long before it was a paved trail, this area was part of an ancient trade route used by Native American tribes, especially the Serrano and Mojave peoples. Later, it became part of the route traveled by Spanish explorers, and even later, settlers and stagecoaches followed the same general path. The Mojave River was a lifeline, and where the water went, the people followed. As we ride, you might spot some signs of that history. Old fences, rusted equipment, remnants of the past hidden in the brush. They're easy to miss if you're going fast, but they're there, like quiet echoes of earlier travelers. About halfway through, the scenery shifts again. The houses drop away, and you're suddenly in a much more open space. This is my favorite part. Wide sky, long views, and the sense that you've stepped just far enough away from the city to feel free. It's a reminder of how much space we really have out here in the high desert. This trail isn't just about exercise. It's about connection to the land, to history, and to yourself. You start the ride in the bustle of a college campus and end it in the calm of a nature preserve. Along the way, you see how the desert shifts, how life adapts, and how much beauty is tucked into places you might not expect. If you're planning to ride this yourself, a few tips. Bring water, especially in the warmer months. Wear sun protection. Even on cooler days, the sun is strong. And maybe bring a camera or binoculars, because you never know what you'll spot out here. Now we're getting closer to Mojave Narrows, and you'll notice something amazing. The desert is starting to get greener. Trees start to pop up, real trees, not just shrubs. You might hear more birds. Feel the air change slightly. That's the underground river coming back to the surface. We're approaching one of the few places in the Mojave where the river actually flows above ground year-round. As we ride into the edges of Mojave Narrows Regional Park, the landscape transforms. Suddenly you're surrounded by cottonwood trees, grassy meadows, and even a few small lakes. Yes, lakes in the middle of the desert. It's like finding a hidden oasis. The park is a popular spot for fishing, camping, and birdwatching. Over 200 bird species have been spotted here, from herons to owls to the occasional bald eagle. And even if you're not into birding, the sound of birdsong and the coolness of the shade make it feel like a reward for the ride. You can take your time cruising through the park. There are picnic areas, walking paths, and even old train cars parked near the trails. If you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of kids fishing or families barbecuing under the trees. But the park still feels spacious. There's plenty of room to ride or just pull over and soak in the scenery. Riding into Mojave Narrows after a stretch of dry trail feels a bit like crossing into another world. That contrast, the dry and the lush, the quiet and the life-filled, is one of the things that makes this ride so memorable. Sometimes we will stop near one of the lakes and just sit for a while, watching the ducks paddle by. Well, we've just about reached the end of the line here at Mojave Narrows. The trail fades into park roads and gravel paths, but the spirit of the ride continues.
Hi, here we are today. We rode out to Mojave Narrows Regional Park, and we're riding our bikes, and we're out here on our electric brand bicycles. We've loved these bicycles, great bicycles. We have the little pet wagon that goes with it that we take our two dogs in, and they love going in it. This is the step-through bike, which is easier for people to access going in and out of it. And this is the crossbar one. And man, they're great bikes. Thanks, Electric, for making such a wonderful bike.
We love them.